Man, that Thug case is it's a mess. I'm not even gonna front. That junk be taking twists and turns. It's all over the place. As you know, the Young Thug's attorney got held in contempt of court, and he filed a motion to, I think, a motion for emergency bond to the court, or the appellate court. But the appellate court, basically transferred to the Superior Court, or the Supreme Court, the Georgia Supreme Court, if I'm not mistaken. It's in their jurisdiction, and not the court's jurisdiction. The Supreme Court, Georgia Supreme Court jurisdiction. and so they got control of the case. It's been transferred to them. Normally, that can tie that. It can take weeks. He'd be having to serve that jail time. But they the ones that got to determine whether he's gonna get jail time or not. Whether the contempt of court by the judge was fair or was it lawful, and whether they hold it up or throw it out is under their wing now. So normally, if you find them, when I read the docket. Well, I didn't read the docket, but normally, I believe, if you filed an emergency bond motion, normally it kind of speed it up. It moves through quicker because of the circumstances, but we don't know. We don't know. So he still might be in jail this Friday or whatever, or he might be a free man. But it's up to that. It's not up to the appellate court. It's up to the Georgia Supreme Court. It's their case now. It's been transferred to them. It's under their jurisdiction. So, that's crazy. It's crazy, but that case is crazy. It's so many twists and turns, and there's so many different angles. The witnesses are all, they got their own little angles themselves, and the back and forth with the judge and the counsel for the state and the defense. It's wild, man. I mean, we'll see how it goes. I personally haven't really been following it like that, so I can't make a determination whether, I think it was all on some humbug initially. I don't know how strong the prosecution has proven their case. I don't think maybe they have to, beyond a doubt. You know what I'm saying? There's many doubts to this case, but it's a lot of funniness, a lot of different things going on with it on the state side and the court side. And, even the defense, but that's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to run interference with defense. You got a young man's life on the line. Thugger, he's facing RICO charges. He's facing maybe 35 to 40 years. You never know. Life imprisonment. So, could have got a murder. Yeah, that's another thing. Another hang-up I failed to mention. Because that case that the appellate court could not have under their jurisdiction, they had to, because it's a body, because of murder. Because there's a murder case under that, obviously under the case, so that automatically bumps it into the Supreme Court because of the murder case. That was the key trigger that got it transferred. Just to throw that out there. So you can look, research it, do your Googles and all that, and put some in the comments section if you found any more information, because I'm kind of green on it, man, because it's just so wild. You come back and let something splash on you, like the the lawyer getting locked up. It's like a bunch of shenanigans. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, what? I mean, it's no progress. It's just the shenanigans are overshadowing the actually murder case. But hey, I guess it works out for Young Thug because it's like I said, it's more doubt. I don't see a clear cut. I don't see evidence that I can say, yeah, he's guilty. I don't see it. Not yet. Not saying there's any more wrinkles in the case or whatever. Something might be discovered, but as far as right now, I don't see. I think he's not guilty or mistrial. However they want to do it. They might need a mistrial and retrial it, but more than likely, I don't know. This is one that's tricky because I know the feds are sitting back and they're trying to determine whether they're going to file charges, but they want to see how successful the state is doing it. Right now, there's a bunch of blunders all the way around the board. Let's keep it a buck. But it's crazy. It's a crazy case. It's a crazy, crazy case. With, like I said, a lot of different angles, factors, witnesses. It's a story. It's a storyline to everything. It's crazy. From the beginning, it's been crazy, and it's just getting more and more crazy. So keep an eye on it. Like I said, just shoot me some information regarding if you got any more information regarding this case. What else is in the news? I saw Candace Owens, her little live she did today, maybe about an hour ago, maybe less than that, on her channel. And she basically was talking about one particular part. She was talking about the media, how she was talking about black folks. Her headline was, I think or something like that. I'm paraphrasing. Black folks can't be controlled anymore, or no longer being controlled anymore. They can't be controlled anymore. So with that headline, I just clicked. I was like, what's she talking about? So one of her stories that she was talking about is that how the media and government mainly, everything is linked up. All this, this whole demonic Hollywood industry, all that, as far as the spells and all this different, programming that they're doing on the masses' minds, to keep them stagnated in celebrity gossip and just, minute things, basically a distraction. Everything is just a play. She went in to say that this, it's called black magic media. That's what she called it. That was her term that she described this trance or this brainwashing that's been going on, created through the government and, of course, billionaires, of course, Democrats, and then, how black people are not being bamboozled no more. They're saying the truth. To her, they're saying, she's saying they're seeing the truth, and that they're basically seeing what the Democrats have been always promising but not delivering, and in that whole spiel about then she went in about how immigrants are. One story she was reading about this one lady from Austria who wrote her. And the subject of her story was basically about an influx of immigrants into Austria. She doesn't mind the immigrants, all that, but it's just like they don't want to, learn the German language. Hardly. Basically, her complaint was, you can hardly. It's sad to see in my country that the language is not being used. It's almost nobody can speak German anymore. Australia is like basically right there near Germany, so that's the dominant language. For now, but it's steadily being, basically she was saying everybody's coming in and they're just like, they're not going to, not saying conform, but, they don't want to even want to know the language or to speak the language. They want to just be in their own cocoon. And, Candace was basically saying, well, That's not good because that's how wars start. That's how people don't trust each other. We don't know, how many people have been in a room and people are talking a language and you're unfamiliar with, or just talking a foreign language you don't know anything about. You don't understand it. And so, how did that make you feel? Does it feel like people are maybe you being talked about in some kind of way? Does it make you feel uncomfortable, or does it make you feel perplexed? To me, I don't really pay that much mind because I've been around multicultural environments all my life. So everyone has their language, but everyone intermix and intertwine with each other too. And for me, I didn't know. I hear Spanish. I never picked it up. Certain words I can understand, and I look at expressions, and then when you're in the neighborhood, you got your own lingo. You know what I'm saying? So everyone latches on to that, universal lingo and stuff like that. So it's easy for me because everybody is, we don't get caught up in all that, you're Latino. I mean, I know how it is now. A lot of people are just, caught up on the propaganda of that. But really, when you were in the inner cities, and like I grew up, it wasn't really no big deal coming up for me. You know what I mean? You knew there was Asians, maybe Portuguese or whoever. You know what I'm saying? Cubans, whoever, Puerto Ricans, whatever. It just wasn't to me, it was just never like, stay away from them. They don't like you. We don't like them. As I see now, as it's gotten kind of like now. But that's all from people who are new into this country. Whether they came in legally or not, that's another debate. But of course, they're gonna fellowship amongst themselves because that's their familiarity, and maybe they don't feel comfortable with their language. They don't want to feel like they're offending anyone. So you got to look at it from their point of view as well. And I can see that, you know what I mean? It's the same here. I don't want to start speaking someone's language and I don't have it down pat and I say something to offend someone, and then that's a whole nother trick bag that you're in. You understand? Because people just hear that radioactive words or whatever they might think they might put together, and then you have to, obviously try to explain what your meaning, what you meant by, that statement or whatever. But that's, the gist, the whole thing of it, the bottom line is people are not comfortable, when they come over here and maybe trying to speak the language. Maybe they're a little bit uncomfortable because of that or other factors that they just feel like, whatever, they can't, they don't feel comfortable talking. They'll keep to themselves. So I can see all of it. I can see it both ways. And everybody has to make compromise if they're willing to make compromise. But there are a lot of people like to, stay within themselves, and I got no problem with that. You know what I mean? It doesn't make me uncomfortable. I can do a friendly wave or whatever. I can give an acknowledgement. I do that all day. So I just can't see myself just walking past someone and don't give a gesture. But I get it. You don't know. You know what I mean? You don't know. So that was the basic Candace Owens today. She's a wild girl, but she's wild. You know what I mean? I don't agree with her politics whatsoever, but she has some points. She has some topics that I think universally, people can kind of at least contemplate and kind of figure out, they can come to some type of understanding of where she's coming from or what narrative she's coming from. And then there's a lot of people who just don't rock with her at all. And I get it. She offends a lot of people. You know what I mean? So, and she's unapologetic. So I get it. Me, it's just, I surf through something, like I said, that title interests me. And I wanted to just kind of see what they were talking about. And then, of course, when you click on, you hear other things. And then she's clicking her subjects. She's going to different topics. I like how she ran down her show, in her live, because she was engaged and all that. One thing you can say about her, she's definitely professional. And she's not... she's very sharp. Now, some people might say she's very dumb. I think it's all content that she's after. I think we're all in a content world, and people say things to get a reaction, and I think she gets, but she's willing to engage, and she doesn't run. I haven't seen her run from, engaging with someone who's being reasonable. But the name calling and all that, she's not gonna get into that mode. That's just not her. But I can see her. She's kind of curt, when it comes to certain things, and she's very direct. And I can see where people are. She rubs people the wrong way. So, that's just human nature. Bottom line, that's just human nature. Everybody's not going to rock with you. But I think she's maturing a little bit. Maybe that came with marriage, and I don't know how long she's been married, but I know she's had a child, or maybe she has children. But maturity comes, at a moment's notice. So, once you had those little babies and stuff like that, you naturally you're gonna look at things different. You know what I'm saying? What you might saw in the past, you see differently in the future going forward because you got a family. So that's natural behavior. You know what I mean? You adjust. Your mentality changes, and ain't nothing wrong with that. That's keeping it 100. So there's nothing wrong with it. But it's summer. You gotta, there's a lot to do. People need to get out. You know what I mean? Get out in their backyards or whatever. Walk around the neighborhoods. Go to the parks, community centers if it's really hot. You know what I mean? You don't feel like, but there's a lot of things available for a lot of us that's on taxpayers' dime. That you pay for, and they make it available for you. So I always tell people, all these community centers, they got a lot of things to do. They got, whatever you want to do. You can weightlifting if you're into that. It's got a gym. They got, recreation, pool tables, ping pongs, volleyball, whatever, you know what I mean? Nature walk trails. So take advantage of that, man. You know what I mean? One thing I can say, I see the seniors out there. I see the older demographic. They're really out and about, especially at these these community centers. You know what I mean? These community centers / libraries. These like I said, community centers, recreation centers, and they do their thing, man. You know what I mean? They get in. Now on Fridays they get in there. They usually they have a big lunch or whatever, a gathering. Well, that's their fellowship. They gather and they got their food and stuff like that. But they get in and they get out early. And I'm an early riser. I get out the house, man. If you can catch me, I probably won't get back to the house probably about, I would say maybe 5:30 or 6. But I'm out early. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's just doing everything I need to do. On a good day, if I take care of everything, light work, it'll probably be about 3 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? So it's an easy time, easy day. You know what I mean? And you get things done. Keep grinding, keeping the machine going. Keeping the flow constantly flowing. That's what it's all about. Mint Game Network. Peace.